Hello loves, today I will be reviewing Hince's Second Skin Foundation. This has an SPF of 30 and promises to create a natural look with skin-like texture and detailed coverage, using a formula that still allows your skin to breathe. Hince also states that this foundation contains amino acids to help keep the skin moisturized. Some other interesting things to note is that Hince says this is mask-proof and creates a light coating powder, which is why the foundation is so breathable. So with all these claims in mind, let's put it to the test. I bought it in shade number 23, Sand, which was actually the darkest of the 3 shades that I found in my local store. But on Hince's English website, it looks like there are 5 shades altogether. This particular shade is probably the closest match to my body's color that I have seen in a very long time. But you can tell it's a touch too light looking at my wrists. Still, in a country where it's oddly really hard to find my shade, I found this to be pretty impressive. Now, let's try it on. For some reason, I thought this would be like a tinted moisturizer that I could massage into the skin, but I was very wrong. It was a very messy process trying to spread it around with my fingertips, and it was sitting on top of my skin rather than sinking into it. I eventually had to switch to a beauty blender so that I could push the product in, and that worked 100 times better. These are the initial results. My skin has been redder and even more splotchy than usual, and this foundation masks some but not all of it, so I was going to need a second layer to try and cover it. The finish felt like a velvety matte, which was nice in this hot weather. And I also wanted to test out how transfer proof it really was, and that didn't work out too well. But after doing all my makeup and adding extra coverage as needed, I found the results to be quite nice. Something about this foundation makes me feel youthful and sweet. And I just couldn't stop smiling. Hince is right in that it does look like skin, and compared to the Innisfree Simple Label Tinted Moisturizer I reviewed a few weeks ago, it's a little bit better at covering texture if that's a concern for you. Unfortunately, its durability is not as long as I'd hoped. This is about 5 hours in. As you can see, it went from velvety to a little shiny, especially on my nose, and my red spots started to show through. However, on a different day, I switched up my skincare routine and swapped my squalane oil with this vitamin C oil serum that I can't really pronounce, and it actually performed way better in terms of coverage, but it still isn't transfer proof. However, that does go to show that if a product doesn't work for you the way you want it to initially, sometimes you have to play around with it and your other products to see if it makes a difference. Now, do I recommend this product? Well, I do like it, and the fact that it's a super close match to my skin tone makes me want to consider repurchasing it. However, since it's pretty expensive, I want to compare it with Innisfree's Simple Label Tinted Moisturizer. In terms of things like price and SPF, Innisfree definitely beats out Hince. Hince wins out in categories such as coverage and smooth out texture, but not by a large amount in my opinion. So you're going to have to base it off of 3 factors. First, Innisfree's moisturizer has a dewy finish, and Hince's foundation has a velvety matte one. Second, Innisfree's one is easy to apply, so I can imagine this is something you can actually take with you if you need to use it again while out and about. But with Hince, both the bottle shape and formula doesn't really allow for that. And finally, Innisfree's Simple Label Tinted Moisturizer is vegan, but I haven't found anything yet for Hince's Second Skin Foundation, which makes me believe that this is not a vegan product. So keeping in mind these factors, it's up to you to make the best decision for you and your skin. Let me know in the comments below what foundation or tinted moisturizer you would want to try.